Hey there guys, it's Joey, and this week's Witchling is Wisdom. So we're going to take a look at the card. I'm going to read through the meanings from the Witchling's book, and then we're going to talk about my feelings on the card. So I'm sorry if you can hear the traffic in the background. I can't have the windows closed, it's way too hot in here, so apologies if you can hear that at times. So card 5 of Wisdom, and down the bottom of the card here it says, Inner wisdom nurtures all the skills necessary to see through the possibilities. And from the book, the Book of Witchlings. Wisdom is more than just knowledge. It's not about how much you know. Wisdom comes from inner guidance and the experiences that help you grow. You have access to the powers of higher information that extend beyond your understanding. The purpose of inner wisdom is to help you stay on course. The inner guidance evolves day by day as you strive for greater well-being. Inner wisdom is referred to as your higher consciousness, which is the link between your physical being and your spiritual being. The source of inner wisdom is accessed from the quiet of the mind, opening doors you never thought were there to be opened. Your inner wisdom or higher self is always there for healing and guidance. Allow it to nourish you. Attaining greater wisdom is an ongoing adventure, and your personal path towards inner wisdom will be blissful. By paying more attention to your inner guidance, your life can be greatly enriched. See if we can get a little bit closer up for my analysis. I think that's about as close as we can get without losing detail. The dominant colour of this card is lilac and purple. So within realms of colour magic, that's the realm of spirit, intuition, connecting to higher self, purpose and spirit guides. It's kind of the same energies and ideas as of the crystal amethyst, to allow you and your crown chakra to open up to incoming messages from spirit, the divine, however you may see it. In this card, the witch appears to be floating, as if rising above, possibly within the night sky, given that she's surrounded by stars. She also appears to be taking a step forward and is balanced and poised and relaxed. There is true peace and happiness within her face and body, so that she is comfortable with herself and her experiences and embracing what's going on around her. The dress is covered with stars as well as being surrounded by them, hinting at the symbolism of the universe is within as well as without. And that's one of my preferred little pagan sayings. I'm not sure if it's actually from Wicca originally or not, or if it's just as above so below, as within so without. And a lot of people know the as above so below, and then they don't know about as within so without, and it's a part of the Wild Witchcraft book that I'm rereading, that we are an inner reflection of the outer universe. There are flowers bursting all over her hat here, in their full bloom, speaking to me of vitality, creativity, life at its peak, bringing nature into an otherwise quite astral image. The image overall feels very much like she's up in the stars, that it's a bit like divining her path, divining your path, a bit like as if you were reading a star sign or examining the heavens and keeping an eye on sort of astral bodies and things, because she's up in the air surrounded by stars. There's a very, very limited amount of nature and earthy elements to this, but the flowers across the bow of her hat sort of bring that nature back. They sort of ground it a little bit. On one hand she has a spell book. The image on the spell book looks to be a burst of fire, flame or light on the cover. Illumination, discovery, passion, as well as magic flowing forth from the book itself. Knowledge of the mystical, spellworking books, learning, expansion of the mind through reading. It can also be the documentation of other people's wisdom in a obvious material way. The book is then balanced by the wand/spear upright, which is an instrument of magic influencing change, action at her fingertips. So this looks to be very spearheaded to me. It could also be a wand. It could also arguably be almost a flame on top of a sort of witchy stick, I guess. And that to me is the counterbalance to the book. So it's the balance of knowledge and action, both in her hands, so both are available and accessible and within her power. She can create her reality using these two tools. The fact that it looks to be a little bit alike could be the ignition, the spark of creation, the spark of creativity, the fact that we could consider ourselves to be a spark from the infinite, a spark of the divine within ourselves is how people often describe the soul purpose. Lighting her way, guiding her. The hat also has a spiral, this time away from the witchling. The witch's hat is often symbolic of the cone of power, or the power of the witch, and in this circumstance it seems to me to be talking to her personal power being in reception of life, the ability to go out into the world and receive divine messages and wisdom from those messages. So it sort of speaks to things coming into the witch, into the knowledge, into her personal power and things of that nature. So that's going to be it for this video. Many blessings.